Hi, welcome back to the organizing tip of the day. So I'm always on the pursuit to find better ways to make my house more functional because it's a really tiny house, as you know, and I'm always complaining about it. So I'm trying to make it run like a well-oiled machine without having to purge too much stuff. I don't want to get rid of everything. So I'm always reading new books, and I bought a book a while ago called How to Become a Professional Organizer, How to Start Your Home-Based Professional Organizing Business. It was one of my many, I have a lot of those get-rich-quick work-from-home schemes. I was going to be a stager, and I was going to be a clown, and I was going to be a professional organizer, but I never actually got around to picking up the book. So I was flipping through it yesterday, and I came across some really good information that I wanted to share with you. Some professional organizing tips. So if you hired a professional organizer to come in your home, the first thing they would do would be to assess what was working and what wasn't working. So she gave me a list of quick questions to ask. First you focus on the positive. I can always find. I like the fact that I like using, the space works for me because. So I was looking at my own home and using those questions in my bedroom. What works for me are those open bins in my closet instead of a dresser. I put the clothes away, they just work for me. So obviously using open, no-lid storage bins is something that for my personality really works for me. What doesn't work is all my husband's stuff. He piles stuff on the top of the armoire instead of putting it in his drawer where it belongs. So it's frustrating because when I want to dust, I have to pick up every little penny and everything. So maybe I need to put a little bin or a little plate or a little basket up there for him that's low enough that he can see inside to still put his stuff away inside, so I don't have to pick every little thing up to dust. So I really liked those questions. Yeah, you should ask those of yourself. Go around your home, go in each room and ask yourself the questions. What can you always find? What works? You like the fact that, and why the space works. Okay, so then you want to find out what's not working in your space. So the first question you'd say is, I can never find, keys. I can never find my keys. Well, they're always in one of two places, but I always have to look or in my coat pocket. So they're either in my purse, the drawer in my landing place, or my coat pocket. So I need to come up with a better solution, and it might just be a key hook. We're going to have to work on that. So I'm tired of. And the good example that she used in this book, which I loved, was that one client was tired of newspapers being all over the place. And I had the same thing with the flyers, because walking to the recycling bin or going to the garage or taking it out to recycling was just so much that they just got left everywhere. She couldn't change her husband, but she could solve the problem saying, okay, I'm tired of papers being everywhere. Get a basket, put it right beside the favorite chair where you read the paper, and then they go right in there. And I did the same thing. I have a basket tucked beside here. My husband knows that that's where the flyers go, and he puts them back there when he's done. So ask yourself, I'm tired of what doesn't work, and then you can come up with a solution for that. I have no place for. If you have I have no place for, I just bought a bunch of stuff yesterday for my kids for Valentine's Day, some new wooden Melissa and Doug educational things, and I had no place for them. So I had to create a new home for those things. So ask yourself, I have no place for, and then you can know exactly what your first step is for creating a home for. And I don't like this space because. So obviously for me, I don't like this space because in my living room, there's no place. First of all, when you come in, there was no place to put boots and hats and scarves and mittens. So I was like, we have to move. We have to move. We have to get a house with an entranceway. It's ridiculous. And instead, my husband was like, too bad we ain't moving. And necessity is the mother of all inventions, so I came up with different solutions. I hung low hooks on the walls, I put a shoe basket on the floor for company shoes and my daycare kids. My kids, I was always picking up their coats and putting it in the closet, and it was such a pain in the butt. I was like, I'm tired of having to hang up their coats, but they were too short to do it themselves. So now they keep their coats on the low hooks there. They were having trouble putting their mittens and scarves away, and the shoe sorter in the closet, so now I have baskets right there at their level, labeled with their names. So it's just it's really, I really liked this book because it made me look at it in a simpler way. What works, what doesn't work. Let's address what doesn't work by using the methods of what does work. Does that make sense to you? Because it totally makes sense for me. So I'm really geeked. I'm going to go around my house and I'm going to do the what works and what doesn't, and I'm going to make some changes today. So I'm geeked about it. Hopefully you can do the same thing. That's your tip of the day. We'll see you next time.